Hi there and welcome back, friends, to Torment, Tides of Numenera. In the heart of the bloom we are seeing the tentacles. We have just tried out a Merecaster that we found with Mazov, because we found Mazov. And going back to the first we already know. It's the Memovira herself. There's something we haven't done yet. Talk to that Abacus. Maybe we can find something out. Let's see. Creature appears to be gorging on the transdimensional energies of the heart. It pays no attention to you. There's still something we can do here. We can interact. The heart shows no further interest in you. Its tongues wave lazily in the air, heedless of your presence. So we cannot stab it afterwards. Let's go back then and try to find out what happens now. Yeah, that transdimensional scalpel we found. That felt like... Wow, what's happening now? Oh, okay, it closes. Yeah, we have a transdimensional scalpel, and that helped us like lots and lots and lots with a bloom. I think it was somewhere here. No. Anyway, if you find that, it's the best thing ever. I didn't... Here it is. Let's see where we got that. It was somehow from Ioxu, the transdimensional scalpel. But we found it, so seek everything. This helps so much. And now... I'm unsure of what to do. Let's talk to Drac again. You never know, maybe he has something to say. My friend, how can I be of assistance to you today? A few more questions? No? No. Maybe he himself even does not know. I think we got to return to the Memovira. It's the way. It's the way.
Ready.
Ruska, we're ready. Let us in. Ruska nods at your approach. Well met. You need something? Mazov, I mean Ishan, should have found his way back by now. Is he safe? So his story was true. She looks you up and down with new admiration. I admit I didn't expect to see either of you alive again. Yes, he's safe. And the Memovira is expecting you. She will see you whenever you are ready. She gives a surreptitious glance to the other guard and says to you in a low tone, you should know the Memovira seemed angry that you succeeded. What? She shakes her head. I don't understand it either. But I've seen her like this before. My advice, take care of any unfinished business you have before you go see her. That's assuming you have to see her, of course. Oh, yeah, I'm ready. She nods, follow me. Will she kill us? Goodness. She was hoping the bloom would eat us, right? She's fearing us to become the new Memovira then. So the heroine returns. We need your help first, one. The Memovira's gaze is strong and unflinching, though her face is lined and stress marks her mouth. Impressive, she says, though her words are clipped. Even with everything I'd heard you had done, I did not actually think you would succeed. Scanthought, I underestimated her twice now. It will not happen again. I did everything I could to honor our deal. She narrows her eyes. You are as helpful as I had heard. You should be careful. Not everyone you meet is worth helping. Now for the information I promised you. Scan thoughts. Could she actually be on my side? No, I mustn't assume anything. We're not sure on which side we are. She raises her chin high. Some kind of energy shimmers across her body. I am the first cast-off. I have kept myself hidden for a century and more, watching, waiting, letting our damned sire execute his twisted plans, thinking he had the upper hand. But we have plans of our own. I'm ready to hear them. I'm aware that he's dangerous. Suddenly several familiar cast-offs materialize out of nowhere. You can't place all of their faces, but you immediately recognize Padrekan. The trim figure of Berikyle is also among them. Our sire thought to use the resonance chamber to subsume us, but I have learned it can stop the sorrow in another way. It is the door to our freedom, and you have returned to me my key. Then the Memovira, the first, makes a sweeping gesture toward Mazov, behind her. So he's the key. Goodness, what is that? A strange crystal. As you can see, my agents have retrieved the resonance chamber from the reef. Though it was not without trouble. I had to send a second foray after the first had failed. With Mazov returned, we can use the chamber to sever the tidal connection that draws the sorrow to us like a war moth. Then we will be free forever. From the sorrow, from having to hide in Mir Lavest or this wretched bloom, from all of our sire's stratagems, we will finally be ourselves. That sounds great. Our freedom is finally at hand, thanks to you. She laughs to herself softly, as though to some inside joke. I have no doubt you have questions. From what I hear, you always have questions. You may ask them while Mazov finishes his work. Khan thought it ironic that the one he had meant to snuff us out is now our savior. Maybe I won't have to kill her. Why would you have to kill me? She cocks her head side to side. How do you... You are more clever than my information suggests, though perhaps not if you had not yet divined why I would have to kill you. He sets her shoulders strong. You are his key. A catalyst he created to activate the chamber. He would use it to subsume all of us into himself, to kill us. Do you understand? I have been trying to stop that from happening ever since I learned what our sire's true plans were. Then when you spoke to Mazov in Ossifargan, using poor Syrian's body, I knew he was close. I knew where you would appear, but not when. I've been watching Mir Lavest ever since, waiting for you. He crosses her arms. When you escaped the sanctuary, I panicked. Years of planning undone, but then you came here to me. The trip to the heart was a fool's errand, you know. So we are the first child. Whether you succeeded or not, I would have what I need. Either you would be dead, and our sire's plans with you, or else I'd have Mazov back to enact my own plans, and our sire's plans would no longer matter. How was Mazov taken from you? Her voice grows hard. The bloom turned on me without warning, or perhaps there were signs I missed. It devoured a large chunk of the fortress and Mazov's workshop with it. I have endeavored to keep it out ever since, but it was too late. Mazov was gone. He's lucky. It was me the bloom wanted, else he would have been devoured immediately. How long have you been hiding here? She shrugs. A decade more? I rescued Mazov from the Jibra after our sire abandoned him. The bloom's hatred of the sorrow and its power to keep it at bay was known to me, so we came here in disguise. When the bloom began turning against the old Memovira, I saw an opportunity. I needed his resources to find the resonance chamber before our sire found a way to activate it. He chuckles. Now, the bloom has turned against me, but it won't matter soon. Why didn't you just tell me you were the first from the beginning? Crosses her arms. Frankly, I don't trust you. There are certain voices in your head. I can't know what side you're really on, so it was safer to use you instead. I mean, we know that Padrekan was trusted, and Padrekan trusts the Memovira, so we should really trust her. At least that's what we've learned through the Merecaster. Now, Sire has repeatedly tried to kill us, so we will not follow his plans. Even though the first is also ruthless. Voices in my head? What are you talking about? I can't tell if you're being coy or stupid. She stares at you a moment. I've known the changing god was in your mind since you spoke to Mazov in Ossifagan. I was there. I am the Chimera. With the changing god alive, all my plans and all of our lives were in jeopardy. Rest assured, I will do anything to stop him. So if he is in our mind, she will have to kill us, right? That's a problem. Still, we need to talk about the chamber. We found out some things. Of course we do. The tone is patronizing. Very well. What do you want to know? What can't your curiosity live without? I've learned that in activating the chamber it can be used to weaken the sorrow. Is that true? She looks to Mazov. You can't read the man's expression. The first says perhaps, but what would that accomplish? The sorrow has been weakened many times, yet it does not die. I will not risk our lives like that. Severing the tidal connections between us is our only hope of stopping the sorrow and surviving. Any other way to stop the sorrow? There is one other way, she chuckles darkly. Our sire's way, suck every living caster back into a single body. What good is that? No. The only way to stop the sorrow is to remove what it seeks. It hunts us because our bodies abuse the tides. In severing the connection, that abuse will end. He scoffs. Our sire didn't know what he was doing when he made our bodies. The sorrow is the consequence, but I will undo his mistakes. Sighs at your side. Your companion sounds and feels weary. Your plan will kill the cast-offs, not free them. We need the connection in order to live. He scoffs. What ridiculous conjecture. Where did you hear that? Our sire learned it from a Gibraltar cast-off named Thum. Thum said both our sire's plans and yours would kill us all. Thum. She stares at you for several moments, then she finally says no. Thum is mistaken. What could he know about the details of my plan? Can thoughts could Thum have? No, it's a lie. Thum doesn't know half of what I do about the labyrinth. Sorrow tracks us with the tides, and severing the tidal connection between us, the labyrinth, our sire called it, we will no longer be connected to the tides, we will no longer abuse them, and the sorrow will stop its hunt, we will be free, it must be done. I thought my body was the catalyst to the chamber. It is. The changing god created your body specifically to activate the chamber, to channel its powers. We discovered you had become a cast-off when you spoke to Mazov through Syrian Daywalker. Your body was designed to control the tidal connection between us. Her voice lowers, but of course our sire doesn't want to sever that connection. He wants to use it to draw all cast-offs back into himself, snuffing us out. He lowers her chin menacingly. I won't let that happen, so Mazov has reconfigured the chamber to work with any cast-off. So my body could still activate the chamber, right? Of course it can. Mazov has repaired the machine, not broken it further. Her voice gains a sharp edge to it. But rest assured, if you go anywhere near that chamber, I will kill you myself. Is there any other way? Come on, there must be a way. There's not. Our bodies must stop abusing the ties, either by severing our tidal connection or by absorbing us into a single body and mind. Let's talk about something else. Of course you do. Ask them now, before Mazov has completed the chamber's activation. What would happen if we activate the chamber and merge all cast of consciousnesses into ourselves? But that's not what she would want, right? Even though we have a good mind. You destroyed Milwest. No. All that guilt talk is not... We should use the chamber to weaken the sorrow. We might be able to kill it. Voice cuts with a sharp edge. Are you a fool? The sorrow cannot be killed. You, however, can. Which you'll discover if you try to get anywhere near that chamber. The only reason that you're alive at all is because I'm optimistic. I hope you're smarter than that. You destroyed Mir West. You slaughtered all those cast-offs. Your plans have failed. Did I slaughter them? Or was it their own cowardice? Holed up beneath those shields like frightened larks. Shakes her head. They had any courage, any care for the plight of their siblings, they would be out there fighting against our sire. I would have found them, taken them into my fold as I took in so many. Her voice trails off. Scanthals, I regret their deaths. How can I not? They were necessary. I had no choice with a chamber out of my control. You were too dangerous to let live. Do you understand? He doesn't think of us as individuals, as people. He would have snuffed us all without a second thought. Even now I find myself wondering whether I should annihilate you, just to be on the safe side. He takes a deep breath. A few casualties for the sake of all of us. That is worth the risk to me. But your plan will kill the cast-offs. I won't let that happen. She shrugs. Try and stop me. I was always going to have to kill you anyway. Wait. We don't want to... There's nothing to think about, fool. In a matter of moments, Mazov will have the chamber activated and it will be over. But fine. He waves a hand dismissively. Think. But the chamber. What about it? Again, can my body still activate the chamber? Yes, but I'll kill you if you try. Okay. I mean, she seems so sure it will do it. Will kill us all. But maybe she's wiser than us. I have no more questions. Activate the chamber and stop the sorrow. She nods. It would be foolish to do anything else. Come, brothers and sisters. Our freedom awaits. It's probably not the right way, eh? But we'll see what happens now. The sorrow is coming. The entire fortress shakes, dust and stones falling from the ceiling above. What was that? The first sniffs the air, her body glowing with new power from the resonance chamber. The sorrow, it's here, but too soon. The resonance chamber hasn't finished its activation cycle. She readjusts her grip on the hilt of her blade. We'll have to face our enemy. Take heart. We need only survive a few more minutes before we are forever free. Well, I need a pause. Thank you for watching and happy gaming to you. We'll see each other in the next episode, where we'll see if we can stop the sorrow for a time. Have a great time until then and happy gaming. This is Immanuel signing out. See you soon, my friends.